Is it really the end of the big budget sci-fi series? Welcome to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. Thanks to the streaming wars, we've had a little bit of a golden age of basically studios spending way too much money on TV series. We've been getting shows like SciTrek, which costs, $9-10 million an episode on average. Them spending $90 to $100 million a season. We do have series like The Foundation that cost $45 million. But Netflix started this war, basically, by massively overspending. The new Airbender series, which is coming out, is going to cost $15 million an episode, basically. So $150 million for the season. And obviously, we've then got Rings of Power. But why do I say it's coming to an end? Well, the streaming wars are over and everybody lost. So, look, everyone, all of the top studios are now talking about how they have to cut spending. They've spent way too much money and they've got to cut back. So I honestly don't think we're going to be getting many more of those $100 million series seasons anymore. SciTrek and all the producers over there are talking constantly about how, particularly since the strikes, nothing is safe. Mike McMahon very recently came out and did an article basically talking about his show Lower Decks and telling fans to get behind it, quite openly really admitting that there might not be a season 6. He's saying no of the TV shows that you love are safe right now. Everything is up for consideration. Now, this is a video that I've been talking about basically for the last couple of months, that even shows like Strange New Worlds, there are people at Paramount that don't think it should continue. There are people at Paramount that think maybe it should switch to a TV movie instead of season 3, and that they should move on to something new, something simpler, something cheaper to make. So, where does that leave us now? Well, shows like Foundation cost $45 million to make. I think that is going to be about the most expensive thing we see in future. That means you're not going to see maybe the big names that we've seen in some of the series we've had in the past, like, to be honest, Picard Season 3, where a lot of the expense for that series went on paying Jean-Luc Picard's wages. We may not see very big special effects things anymore, and we may not see as many TV adaptations of big budget franchise things like Rings of Power, but we also just might see a lot less sci-fi. Now, I'm going to be talking in a video next, pretty much, about the shows that now that the strikes are done and the actor strikes are nearly done, that we're hoping to get greenlit. We're hoping, obviously, to get Stargate, something we talk about quite a lot on this channel, and we're hoping to get a few other things. But the age of the big sci-fi, even big fantasy series, seriously might be over, or at least for a while. We're not going to be getting even series like The Witcher again, probably for a while. This is not just about the streaming wars though and how everyone lost it. This is also about the strikes. The strikes have really pointed out to everybody that the studios have been spending too much money. A lot of people will sometimes say, oh look, all these studios, they're making a fortune, give some of it the writers and directors and actors and everybody else. And that's true to a point. But a lot of the studios actually aren't making a lot of money. Disney are losing money hand over fist. Paramount are $15 billion in debt. HBO and their owners are about $50 billion in debt. It's not going well. All these studios are actually bleeding money. The stuff they're making costs too much. The audience is shrinking. Everybody wants everything free through streaming rather than paying for it. We live in an era at the moment, to be honest, where people want everything free through the internet. They don't want to pay for anything, but they don't even want to watch the adverts either. So the studios have got to figure out how to make money. The same problem really is in the music industry at the moment, that everybody wants everything through their $9.99 Amazon Music account, and nobody actually wants to buy a CD anymore. So the studios are basically just trying to figure out how to pay and how to make money in this new world. The problem we have is that big expensive TV shows like sci-fi don't have the audiences that they need. So you imagine you're a TV executive at the moment, that you're in charge of actually the money, the cost of things. And you've got a TV show like SciTrek that costs $10 million an episode and say 1 million people watch it. Or you've got a new reality show that costs $100,000 an episode to make and 2 million people watch it. Which show are you going to green light? It will not be Star Trek. It will not be something that costs 100 times more to make, but actually doesn't get the same audience. Even if your show cost $100,000 to make, but you only got 500,000 viewers, half what Star Trek got, you would still go with the reality show that costs so much less to make. That's just business. So I worry about the future of really good quality science fiction and fantasy shows. The studios are skint. The strikers have actually now made that worse in a way, even though, you know, they got what they deserved and they were 100% brilliant for what they'd done, but they have made things worse. And the future might be just a little bit more reality show based. We're basically going back to what happens in the mid-90s when everyone was skint then as well. Damn it. But guys, what do you think about my prediction that actually the future might be a little bit duller thanks to the streaming wars and the strikes? Do you think that we've had a golden age of sci-fi and fantasy, but actually now we're probably moving into the dark ages of sci-fi and fantasy? Or actually, there are enough big studios out there like Amazon, like Apple, who, to be fair to them, spend their money a lot more sensibly than Amazon, that there's enough of them out there that make really decent sci-fi. At the end of the day, Apple do make decent sci-fi. Or are you thinking the same as me? The streaming wars have really been and gone now. The spending stupid money has been and gone now. And the future is probably going to be a little duller. Get into the comments and tell me exactly what you think. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It really helps us out and you'll never miss any of our new videos. Also, you can go to patreon.com/SciTrek, where most of our new videos appear first and you get to see them without the adverts. So a small contribution each month that really supports the channel. You even get a free gift. Also, don't forget there's scitrek.co.uk, which is our dedicated sci-fi website, where you get to see articles based on most of our videos. Please go check it out. As always, please stay safe, stay in the countryside, and I'll see you soon.